Hello there, this is Darshana Avila coming to you on a bit of a rainy and gray Monday morning. I am a somatic sex and intimacy coach and a tantric body worker, and this is my sixth day of bringing you an account of my journey with Power to the P, which is a journey into self-pleasuring and mindful masturbation. And when I set out to create this container, it was in part for my own accountability because it's a practice that I am taking on for sexological bodywork training, which is a professional training I'm currently enrolled in. And it also just hit me like a lightning strike of inspiration, the personal empowerment that comes from self-pleasure, from deeply knowing our bodies, from understanding them, from appreciating them, from really connecting to the divinity that we are, and how this makes us then so much more empowered and resourced as we move through the world of relationship. And all of our life is relationship by and large. You know, everything we do, for the most part, we are relating to our environment, to other people, whether it's a very transactional basis with a stranger or your deep, intimate, personal relationships. Everything we're doing is coming up against relationship with other. And so it is super important then to be deep and solid in relationship with self. And why this reminder is coming through is because it really came through in my practice today. I just finished a 3-day module for another training I'm in. It is a busy couple of months in my world of making sure that my skills are really up to par to serve everybody that I have the good fortune of holding space for. And really touched into some tender material, and I was seeing a lot of my personal relating patterns unravel. And so today, when I created my morning ritual space, I really was like, oh, I want a long practice. I forget the timer of 30 minutes. Like, I just want to be able to be with myself, to go into a space of really feeling and loving all that is there. And it ended up being a very different practice than I've had any other day. I started similarly, dancing, moving, breathing, touching the entirety of my body. That seems to be a relatively consistent lead-in for me at this point. I am a dancer, I'm a longtime yoga practitioner, and so I like to have that full body movement. It's very natural for me to express in that way and to tap into my own erotic current in that way. And I brought out some different toys this morning, and I was feeling like a desire for more deep and full penetration, not to just stay on the surface of my body, although I did spend a lot of time on the outside, tending to my vulva, tending to my clitoris, and also spending a lot of time in deep internal touch. And it was a very orgasmic day for me. So more like high waves of pleasure, and rode several of those and just come down and up again. And it was delicious. And I loved the sounds that were coming through me and the movements. Wonderful, amazing practice. But what I really, really want to share from is where I found myself at the end. I had gone from standing to laying to kneeling to standing to squatting to all sorts of different positions. And I found myself standing back in front of my mirror, and just the words coming out of me, I love you. 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 Like just a fountain of love of self. And it wasn't contrived. I wasn't trying to hold myself to a daily affirmation practice or do anything to get myself somewhere. This was just what was naturally pouring forth from me this morning. A really deep appreciation for all of my perfect imperfections, for all the ways I sound and smell and taste and move and behave and feel, and every part of myself that so very often I, more than anybody else, am such a horribly strict critic of. Self-judgment, it's this insidious thing. You've heard it said, like, if we talk to other people the way we talk to our own selves. And even though I really do think I'm pretty awesome a lot of the time, I know I've got that voice of judgment very, very firmly rooted in me. And it's one that I have worked on my relationship with a lot over the years. So to find myself this morning just ending my self pleasuring practice in a state of such love, there's nothing more empowering than that. There is no better fuel to move out into the world with a sense of clarity and conviction, to know that you deserve to be here, you have the right to take up space, that your voice matters. So, whatever it is that you might be taking on in your life, professionally, personally, relationally, relationship with self, whatever it might be, to begin from that place of really deep love of self is such a gift, and it's so essential. And now more than ever, in the uncertainty and the tumultuousness of the times that we're living in, I think a lot of us are walking around quite shaky, and we're asking on these bigger levels, even if it's not consciously. It's like, are we loved? Do we have a right to be here? Things are kind of spinning out, and what's going on, and where's my place? And so to come home to self in that way, and it's actually quite a simple way. I mean, it really is just taking time to be with me and what feels good, and be willing to put my judgments aside and try to experiment with my own self in new ways, doing it from that spirit of curiosity and awareness and presence. Wow, like, okay, amazing. And I come away just overflowing with love. And I'm about to head into another typically full day full of conference calls and clients and work that has to get done and meetings and all these different projects. And I'm just like, awesome. Yay. Like, my to-do list excites me right now because I'm bubbling with this love that comes with me wherever I go. So bringing it back to the empowerment, the personal empowerment, is really what I wanted to touch in on today. And I hope that you can feel my genuine enthusiasm, my sincerity, and that it comes through and touches you in some way. That would certainly make me feel amazing, that this could be an offering out beyond just my own self, this sense of love that I'm feeling. And I hope you're loving your practice, whatever you're up to. Let me hear from you. It would be a pleasure and an honor to support you in any which ways that I might be able to. And there will be more to come. I'll be back with you tomorrow, and I wish you a fantastic start to your week. Power to the P. See you soon.